Hello there, namaste. So the trailer for Thangalaan and this movie and another one popped into theaters and recently, and I'm gonna check one of them out today. So my review is most likely out today as well when this thing comes out. But yeah, I'm planning on checking one of them out because I want to go to the theaters and see more films. So. Yeah, from what I understand, this is about KGF, the Kohler Goldfields, the real story behind the Kohler Goldfields, and I'm not going to lie, I thought that was made up for the sake of the awesome movie KGF, but the fact that there's a history behind it just makes that story seem much more rich. I like it when it's adapted history. I like that kind of concept, and I'm guessing KGF was an adapted history because it's taking a story that really happened in doing something epic with it. But yeah, let's get into it. CGI right there was iffy.
His Excellency Mr. Clement Dore avaro unga upakaram naadi indha gramathukku vijayam pannirkar. Indha velai seyradhukku nammala vitta vera aale kedaiyada. idha pannudire. Valake ella vitta velichu poidum. Inga ponnu edukkiradhu namma uyira naame edukkiradhukku samanam. Idana enga peyikku idu pisasikudunu sonna. எல்லாம் புரியும் மாய சூனியக்காரன் யாராம்? சூனியக்காரன் இல்ல சங்கோனே, சூனியக்காரி ஆரத்தி. அவதான் உண்மை.
All right, with that, how much of this is actually real? Because it's starting to go into the mystical fantasy realm, and then again, if it's trying to be a prequel. Because now that I'm watching, I'm like, okay, doesn't feel like the true story. It's starting to feel more like a prequel to KGF about how the Goldfields were founded. Because they're introducing that, and you can argue with me about the witchcraft and stuff and things like that, sure. But it just seems a little over the top. A little over the top. I mean, having a banshee's cry is a little hero-ish. Just a little bit, but it is fascinating. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't go too much that route. I'm hoping they just do a bit of the mystical, and it's just showing it in this trailer because it's like, oh, that's a reason as to why it's cursed or something like that, as to why nothing was found or something relative to that. If you do it as an addendum to the actual story, if they make it a focus of the story, I'm gonna be kind of shut off. Could be like, this seems like, again, an adapted real story where they make their own story based around it. But yeah, it's interesting so far. See, I can tell you what I think. I have hopes. I have hopes that it is what I'm thinking and not what it's showing. Yeah. I have specific hopes. So, what I am thinking is that they're all there. So you're isolated. You're stranded. I'm hoping that it's more like dehydration and things like that cause them to go all wonky in the head. Because that would make sense. I mean, imagine being worked to the bone, being forced labor, and then breaking. The person who's wanting the gold is snapping because nothing has been found. The people who are working hard and not getting proper food and water probably starts snapping, and then it just becomes this whole shared illusion. I think that would work far better than, because if that's the case, it actually makes more sense for the story, for everyone to be thinking that way. If they do it as where it's either story, where it's like, oh, it either was this or it either was all in their head, one or the other, I'd be okay with at the very end, because it's like, that makes sense. A lot of people who are in that situation can't recall what was reality and what was fiction, because they're in that kind of mindset. They've been dehydrated. They've kind of lost cohesiveness, coherent. They're not fully functioning up there. Yeah. So I just hope they don't go the route where it's like, oh, this is a true story, but everything here, all the magic and everything is so over the top. It's definitely a true story. It's like, I'm okay with a bit of it, or if it's all in their head. And I'm normally not a fan of those where it's all in their head, but when it's something like that, it seems to work. But then again, Life of Pi did that, and it was just like, not that great. It still won awards, of course, but it was just like, of course, he was the tiger. It's common sense. He had to learn to live with himself after he did all those acts. Spoilers for those who aren't going to see the movie. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.